Hello, this video today is to show you that now with CSV Getter for Airtable, you no longer have to use your Airtable API key in order to generate a special Airtable data link for your base. You can now do it with something called a personal access token, which is much more secure as it restricts CSV Getter in the bases it has access to and the permissions it has. So I'm going to show you how to generate your CSV Getter link using personal access tokens. So as before, I've filled out the majority of the details of this form that you need to generate your link, the base ID, the table ID, and the view ID. These can be found in the link, basically the URL of the base that you want to turn into a CSV Getter API. If you've not seen the video on that, I will put it in the description. But the Airtable API key, before we'd go onto this page, excuse me, not this page, but here we go into our account and we would copy this API key here, which obviously gives the tool access to basically all API permissions, but now we no longer have to do that. We can use personal access tokens. So pressing try it now, I'm going to generate a new personal access token for CSV Getter. So pressing create token, I'm going to call it CSV Getter. In scope, I only need one scope for CSV Getter to work, and that's just an ability to read records. So I'm going to press read, and I only want to just restrict it to one base. So this is my token here, and I can use this in place of the API key. So agreeing to the conditions, I can now generate my URL. Okay, as before, we now get our special CSV Getter link. We can change the type of endpoint this is. So the describe endpoint gives basically an AI, a snappy AI analysis of the data in your base. CSV before will display your data in CSV format. It will be the bulk base. There'll be no pagination. This is just a sample, but the whole base would be there. And now we have a new feature called plot. So I'll quickly show off plot. Plot allows you to plot any numerical data in the base as a graph. This actually generates a link. So as you can see, these links will show dynamic plots just whenever they're called upon. And then you can now use this interface here to play around what happens if you change these parameters here. So I can plot the weight of the fruit against the name. Or I can change, for example, using the tool, what it would be like if we plotted density instead. So density would show a different graph where we've got density against name. And if the data changes in your base, so let's say, for example, that the weight of pineapple goes up to, I don't know, 300 or something, and the density would change, therefore, to 60 as it's a formula. So going back here, we can see with the refresh function, this density for pineapple is all the way up at 60, and of course it doesn't have to be a scatter graph. We can play around with bar graphs as well. So better security, more features, plenty more to come. I add these features when people ask me for them, so if there's more you want to see from this tool, just get in touch with me, and I'd love to help you out by adding basically new features to the tool. Okay, thank you.